What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So, I've been creating a ton of strategies lately because it seems like things have been changing, right? I have two exit strategy videos out there, one turning like $2,000 or $3,000 into like $36 million, and then $4,000 into 72, right? Understanding where things flow, and I understand how that doesn't really line up. But since we did see a price decrease, it made me have the chance to buy a little bit more for less money. But I wanted to talk about a different strategy. So it's sort of similar to what we're doing, but we're also including the APY that I'm gaining. And I know I may gain more as time goes on. So as the price goes higher, I'll gain more of a percentage, which essentially I'll be able to basically take the position that I want a little bit sooner. But we'll talk about all of this, the whole entire breakdown. Hopefully, I can structure it in a way that you can understand. But make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell for more videos just like this one. Also, if you want to basically have a copy, not of this spreadsheet, I want to do something more complex so that everybody can know what their strategy is at certain levels, then feel free to let me know. I will offer it to the Discord group and then maybe the members as well of YouTube. So feel free to let me know about that. Also, if you guys want to get my coin, buy the dip coin, which does contribute to Shiba Inu burns, which essentially will get us to the level that we want a lot sooner. Right? Feel free to be a part of that. The links will be in the description to where you can get that coin. You can get over on PancakeSwap. Also, follow me on Twitter. We have a Let It Burn channel. We have BTD. We have a lot of things going on. If you guys want updates, Twitter is the best place to get those updates. It's at Perry8K. But let's go ahead and check out exactly what's going on with Shiba Inu and my exit strategy. So most people that have seen my other exit strategy video are familiar with this spreadsheet, right? There's a lot of information. So let me just break down exactly what this is. I didn't put many titles on these, and I ran out of space, so I wanted to do everything based off of what we have on this spreadsheet. So it's kind of clunky, but if we look over here, we have the year and the quarter, right? So every quarter we expect there to be a burn, but it doesn't matter about the quarters at this point. What matters is the amount or the price at certain levels. That really is the only thing that matters, is the price. Where I'm going to make these moves at the price. So do we care about circulating supply? Do we care about the year? Do we care about the market cap? Not really in this scenario. Really, we only care about what the price is, because no matter what the market cap is or what the supply is, if it gets to this price, I'm making a move. Does that make sense? So that's basically what we're looking at here. So, disregard the year, the supply, the market cap, really only focus on where the price is and the different movement towards the end. Now we have the balance plus APY. So this is the balance. So they say this is starting balance. And basically I'm taking the APY, which is this, and I'm adding that into here. So it's giving me, 200 million. Now I do have 202 million, but I wanted to do an even, number to start with. So I was going to stay with that. I know 202 is even, but 200 or 300 or 400, something like that. So basically, when we get started, this is how this is lining up, right? We have the starting balance, we have the balance plus the APY, we have the overall amount that we would get in dollars. So this is the amount that we would get in dollars here. That's how much it's worth. This amount, how much this is worth. We go into the formula. It's this multiplied by this, which you're going to get the price. So that's how much, or the balance. That's how much it's worth. Now, as we go down, you're going to see it gets more and more, right? It gets the balance gets higher and higher. I don't know why I can't speak today. The balance gets higher and higher. But you can see that at some points it does look like it gets lower, right? And that's because we're taking profit as we're going. So as we add on more coins, it gives me the opportunity to not be greedy and gather profit as we are going. So will I add more coins? There's a possibility that I will. It depends on what gains I get in other positions, but that's for another discussion. Now, the amount of APY that I'm basically gaining is around 2%, which will increase as the price does go up. It can go up to 5% in crypto.com, but I'm going to stay with 2%. So basically the idea behind this is, when am I going to take profit? Now we have how many years that are going by, we have how many prices that are going by. When am I going to take profit? Well, with the addition of the APY, I'm actually going to take profit a little bit sooner. So I said that my point was 0.007. This was the point that I said my initial sell will be, and it will be 20 million, and it still will be at that level, but that's not going to be the starting point. That's not going to be the initial point to where I take any type of profit. The first point is going to be around the mark to where it's 0.005, halfway to 1 cent, and or halfway to 1 cent from 0.001, right? So that's the reason why I decided to do that. And what I'm going to do is take basically all of the APY that I gained, the 14 million in APY that I gained, and that's what I'm going to sell. So all of the APY will come out a little bit early so that it can basically give me something to fund other investments. That's what I really want. So $71,000 will come out. Obviously it will be a little bit more, as the price goes over 40, I'll gain more APY. However, again, we're not factoring in that, so it may end up being more, but 14 million, hopefully I didn't say 1,000, 14 million is what we're taking out. And it'll be $71,000 that we would gain. Now, if we go down the list, again, we're going to start where we were, and it'll be 20 million that we end up taking out when it's at 0.007, when we'll take out $143,000. Now, right there with those two spots, I'm now looking at $214,000 that I profited, that I took home from a $4,000 investment. I guess maybe a little bit more now. It's around $5,000 that I put in there because the price did go up when I put more money in there, and I expected to put money in when it gained a zero, but it wasn't going to gain a zero, and I don't believe it's going to gain a zero. Now we can see two spots that are blank. When we look at 1 cent, which is where probably people will sell, I think we're going to see a resistance somewhere around here, somewhere around that 0.007 or 0.008. And then we're going to see 1 cent where we do have a strong resistance again. And then we're going to see it break through as more gets burned off. So it's going to be probably a little bit more time. If we look at that, it's probably going to be about a year maybe, or a year and a half instead of 2 quarters. But this is just to get the price. So we have that gap in between. When it gets to 2 cents, that's when I will take a very large chunk of the investment. Now, this is where it has changed. In the past, I didn't do that. The reason why I didn't do that is because I was kind of greedy. I don't need to be greedy. Nobody needs to be greedy in these situations. I think what I want to do is be able to capture the most with the least amount of risk, right? So it depends on what you guys want to do. And this is how you can set up your spreadsheet. If you have APY, or if you don't have any APY, you can set up your spreadsheet. And let me know if you want me to do a more complex spreadsheet, because I can do that, give it to everybody, see where their points will be, and then you can go from there. But what I've noticed is that a lot of people end up being greedy. I'm greedy at times, and I don't want to be. So this is where I'm going to try and combat that a little bit. So I'm going to take 80 million of my coins at that moment at 2 cents, 80 million. And the reason why I'm going to take 80 million is because currently I will have about $4 million worth. That will get me 1.6, which will give me that much more over taxes that I would pay. It would be a long-term move. So I would have $1 million easily over that. So then that would be the point to where this value gets over $1 million of realized gain. So that's why I decided to do that, so I can put that money elsewhere, maybe put it into an index fund and live off of the interest. We'll see exactly what does happen there, or I'll put a large majority into more cryptocurrency. But I think this gives me the room for more potential plays, whether it's in the stock market or the crypto market, and just gives me that comfortability of understanding that, no matter if this does go all the way back down and goes to nothing, right? I've gained about $2 million from it, and I'll be okay with that. From $5,000 to $2 million, I will take it, right? Then we have a gap here around 2. We could see that we did take about 10 million around this level of 4 cents, right before 5 cents, which will get me another $400,000. But then you start seeing it get into the millions, start getting to higher numbers where it's at 8 cents, 12 cents, 17 cents, 25 cents. All of these I'm taking less and less. At this point, I'm taking 40 million because, again, I'm not being greedy. I could take 40 million all the way down here, but who's to say that it will get there? I think it will get to $1, but the point is that you don't want to be too greedy. The markets move, and Shiba Inu is burned based on how much Shiba Inu is out there and left, right? If people buy it and they burn it, if there's nothing left to buy, right, you're just driving up the price, and then more people will be interested in holding that position rather than burning the position. So that's why I'm going to basically take 40 million there, which would be $3.4 million. So the total that I'll have at that point will be $5.7 million. But you can see all of these levels taking 10 million, 10 million, 10 million, 15 million, then 5 million, which will leave me with 6 million when it gets to $1, right? I will gain all the way up to, before it gets to $1, I will gain 22.2 million. Now, that sounds absurd, but it's not as greedy as I was, because from that point, when it gets all the way up to $1, I was holding on to it and only basically gaining, I don't know, it was like 10 million or so. And then I started to aggressively take my position towards the end, which essentially will aggressively affect the price. So I would rather take less at the end and see less of a return and have other people have more value in it, have other people gain more out of it. Do I need 72 million? No. Do I want 72 million? Yes. I would rather take what I need, right? Or what I can, what I really, I don't really know how to say this. It's not what I want or what I need, because I don't really need 72 or 34 million, but I'd rather take 34 million if I know that it benefits so many other people. Does that make sense? So in the end, when we get to a level of $5 and all these other levels, which it may take plenty of years, and I may not even be heavily focused on it at that point, I will basically pocket another 2 million, and in the end I'll have about 2.4 million to see where this ends up going. And if it goes somewhere, then great. If it doesn't go anywhere, I'll still be able to profit $34.2 million out of this. So that's my exit strategy. That's the whole change of everything. If you guys want me to build a complex spreadsheet, something, well, not complex, a simple spreadsheet that looks a little bit better than this, feel free to let me know. But that's my plan and how it has changed. The APY changes a lot. The fact that I don't want to be greedy changes a lot. And I think when you look at the overall situation, it's just like most people lose in the end when they're too greedy, right? People that really want to gain what that person gaining $5 billion. Do you need $5 billion? No. Does your family need $5 billion? No. I don't think you do, right? So just settle for what you haven't ever had. So if you've never had millions, then settle for millions, right? You don't need to sit here and, wait until it gets to billions of dollars. Like, settle for millions, because you can use that money towards other investments that could also make you millions. When people make their first million, it's way easier to make your next 5 million than it would be to get to your first million. Getting to your first million is very, very difficult. So if you can get to that level, sit back, look at your balance and go, what am I going to do with this? Don't get aggressive and just put it all in separate places and spend it all because you wanted to buy new shoes and all that stuff. Like, don't be greedy. Accept what you think is reasonable, right? So 34 million seems reasonable over 10 years on an investment that grows at this rate. So anyways, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know if you enjoy this video, this full breakdown, and if you want a full spreadsheet of how this breakdown is and something that looks a little bit better. But yeah, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Check out some of my links down below if you guys want to join the Let It Burn channel. This is my new channel that I have dedicated towards burning off Shiba. It's the first link in the description. Feel free to join up there, subscribe and, hit that bell notification so you always get notified. But I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.